Good morning, everybody. I'm going to start. I know it's still whirring its way around there, but I can't wait for that. So, good morning. It's Monday. It's the 4th of May. And yes, we could make lots of Star Warsy types of connections here. But I suppose in a way we are in the fact that we're going to talk about conflict. We're going to talk about conflict. And it seems very right for this week with VE Day being celebrated, real auspicious weekend coming up where we celebrate the end of conflict and war, etc., etc. And my question to you is, rather than us waiting till Friday, I want us to think today about how we are, reflect on where we're coming from, because the question is, do you want to fight? Are you in that fight conflict mode? Are you just on the brink of, you know, who's having a go at me? Who out there is a threat to me? Is that sort of, and I've heard it so many times, and I think being locked down doesn't help really, does it? Because you're just watching that surface stuff. So it's like, who are you preparing to spar with? Do you have sparring partners out there? And I think, it's a really serious question about how quickly are you reacting or overreacting to situations, to conversations, to people around you. Because this is about picking your fights. This is absolutely about picking your fights. Because that feeling of always being in that sub conflict zone is unhealthy for you physically, but really mentally, it is exhausting. And I can remember going back to my employed days, where there'd be a certain ping of an email that would come in, and it would be from one or two people, and I could feel myself going into a almost like a flush situation. And you think, oh, all sorts of unpleasant things. Do I open that now? Should I just ignore it? It's like 5 to 6 and I should have finished at 5. Do I open it or don't I open it? Or there's the phone call on the way home at 6:30 or at a weekend, and you think, seriously, come on. But in actual fact, if you had the presence of mind just to step back and ask yourself, what belief is that tapping into? And I can tell you exactly where that tapped into over the years. Straight into imposter syndrome, straight into fear of being found out, that actually I'm a fraud and I don't know what I'm talking about. Fear of overwhelm, being overstretched, more work coming at me. So there was a real sense of, you're not good enough. Oh, straight there, straight there. So you go straight into self-defense mode, don't you? And you're ready for it. The second you read that first line of the sentence, or you pick up the phone and you hear the tone of voice, and you think, it really is an automatic switch that comes on. And really, when it comes down to it, it is about that disrespect. It feels disrespectful. You feel undervalued, but it's not them that's making you feel that. It's your emotion. So this is where we're coming through, because I think, I've watched people, I've had several conversations with several clients, and we're talking about how well other people are doing and they seem to be thriving in this situation. And as you go into that comparison trap, don't you? You go straight into comparison trap. And what does that reveal? Perfectionism. Again, not being enough. And I can remember changing my ringtone, like I said, on my work mobile, because it used to set my stomach off. So I used to turn the volume down and changed it to a much friendlier ringtone. But this is the impact of your emotions that are all in that subconscious that can really set us off and make us so bloody miserable. It's unreal. So I want to check in now, rather than waiting for Friday. Check in now to see, what beliefs are you operating from? Because it's really important. And then when you find them, write them down. No one has to see them. Really, no one has to see them. And ask yourself, is this a thought? Is it circumstances? If it is true, how do you know it to be true? And just work your way through it. And then when you come out the other side, ask yourself, what can I learn about myself now? From this moment, from this situation, what can I learn? What can I grow from? And it's okay to operate from those beliefs, because by God, once you've realized that they're your beliefs, we can start working on them. they are only there for as long as you hold on to them and you operate them and you feed them. So this week, remember, work it out. Where's it coming from? Where are you operating from? What can you do with it? I hope that's useful. As always, please share, love, like, tell me your comments. I've just seen, morning, Ria. Thank you so much for joining me. You know, you have got everything that you absolutely need to make this a total and utter success. And I hope, like I said, that's useful. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye for now.